Put the roof down. Yeah, the roof is down. So I've just moved the car. Handbrake stopped working. That's no good to initiate drift, is it? Right, what's up guys? Today you joined me from another MX5, but this one isn't turbo, it isn't supercharged at all. I think that this is probably going to be the one that everybody would want if you're not willing to pay, you know, supercharger and turbo money. So this is Mark II RS, quite a desirable one I think, with LSD, 6-speed gearbox. Makes good noises for a standard car. So the idea behind this test is to see if a more standard, not with a million brake horsepower, not with, you know, turbos and superchargers hanging out the side of it, whether these are still nice as they are. The fact that you can still buy an MX5 for relatively cheap, you don't have to go mad and spend silly money on one to have a good time. So these have got factory LSD, they've got a factory 6-speed gearbox. So straight away the difference between this and the other one, obviously you haven't got a screaming supercharger. This one feels a lot lower. It's had a foam seat mod where you take a bit of foam out of the seat to lower the position down, and it's definitely worked. I think that this feels like a completely different car because you're sat lower in the car. Your armrest and door armrest are a lot higher in this one, so you feel a lot lower. You feel like you're more inside the car rather than on top of it. Your road presence is a lot lower. It feels stiffer, but it's quite nice. She still flies though. 145 brake is something this small. It's not trying to light your trousers on fire, don't get me wrong. You can definitely feel the power is being used productively in the car. You can sort of chuck it around corners and it rewards you with a massive smile out the other end. So I know what you're wondering, but Jamie, I want a cheap one to drift around in, and that's fine. You can get these for £1,000. Obviously you won't get the RS, maybe a limited slip diff in it, you maybe won't get the most desirable one that you want, but I think you can really have a lot of fun for next to no money in these. You know, you're not scared of the power, that's quite nice. You're not scared of putting your foot down. Where in the other one you were a little bit worried that something's going to happen. Power's quite manageable, it doesn't surprise you. Alright, you might not be going as fast, but it's going faster because of how low you are in the car. So on a lovely sunny day like this, it's fantastic. You get the roof down, have it large in it, it's great. Quite good to change down, you can sort of... And yes, as you can tell, I haven't got the right hair gel or mousse or whatever it is that these convertible lads seem to put in their hair. I'll have to find some if I do buy a convertible one day. This is a completely different driving experience from the other one, I think. Where you're a lot lower in the car, you sort of feel a little bit more connected to the road, I think the word is. So guys, I'd like to just document what just happened. So I'm driving along this road and this has just happened. You see that? The splitter has detached itself from the car, which is a little bit interesting. But yeah, the splitter's fallen off. But I will point out I didn't hit anything, you know, nothing actually came in contact with the car then. But as you can see, the splitter on the front has actually fallen off of the car and been dragged underneath the car. That's a little bit worrying because this isn't my car obviously, and that's a brand new splitter, and I feel that it hasn't been put on right. Oh my god. I've been told by Josh to just yank it off, so I'm just gonna yank it off. Fuck it. So guys, this is the aftermath of what's just happened. This is said splitter that has just fallen off the bottom of the car. It has dropped down, proceeded to scrape along the ground there, come out of the bodywork, snap right here, and just be dragged along the road. I was actually only really doing about 25 miles an hour, so you can sort of tell how flimsy this bit of plastic is. I think a word of warning is don't buy that splitter, or attach it really well to your car, because this is what could happen to you. And now I'm going to put it in the boot. fucking mint. So that's where a splitter goes. Great stuff. Right, should we get back to the review now? So yeah, apart from that exciting thing that's just happened, the list of modifications on this car. It did have a nice little splitter on the front, but we won't talk about that. MeisterR Coilovers, which again I've had on other cars. You know, I'd swear by them. I think they're an awesome set of coilovers. It's got Rota grid V's on it, like the other car. You know, you've got your personal steering wheel with little blue stitching and stuff in it. It's also got a Mazda Speed catback exhaust system, which sounds awesome. It's, you know, it's not too loud on the car, and it really gives the engine a bit more sort of grunt to it. As this car's a little bit lower, you are slightly compromised in ride quality, but you can't really tell. That fucking splitter though, oh my god. So if you're gonna buy one of them splitters, screw it in, no more nails, grit feel, weld it on the fucking front bumper if you have to. Just make sure that doesn't happen to you. You just sort of open there like that. If you can get an MX5 cheap enough, I think they can be an awesome car. Sort of use them, abuse them if you want to, because they're cheap enough. And if you were willing to pay the little bit extra money and get a 6-speed LSD, you know, a nice condition, you know, low mileage one like this, you can have a lot of fun for next to no money. And I think at drift days, if you were to take this to a drift day, I think, you know, you would have enough power to sort of slide around. If you're just starting up and you don't want to put a lot of money in the car. Things I'd like to point out on this car. Oh, there's a car. That guy didn't even say thank you, and I reversed the whole way up the road. Twat. Things I'd like to point out in this car. Handbrake. Initiate handbrake. And this bit doesn't click out, so you have to push it and the car sort of stays like that. I must admit, taking the foam out at the bottom of the seat means your back is sort of a bit more like that, which after a while gets a little bit tedious on my back because I've got a dodgy back. It's probably not the same on other people. Understand. Oh, I think I've done it. I think I've done it. Does that make me a professional hairdresser now? So guys, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.